Hi, welcome to the first grade STEM Expo Night video. I'm Mrs. Rice, and I'm so excited to share and showcase all the STEM-tastic work our students have been doing this school year. We have been utilizing STEM journals in order for the students to intentionally move through the engineering design process. What is the engineering design process? And what does it look like in first grade? Let's have my great teammates tell you all about it.
Hey there, first grade families. I'm Mrs. LaCroix, and I am a digital first grade teacher this year, and I'm going to tell you all about the very first gear in our engineering design process, the red ask gear. When we work in the STEM journals with our kiddos, we've taught them to represent this gear by putting a red dot in their journal. When beginning a new unit in all of the content areas, we prompt the students to ask themselves, what's the problem? Or any questions that they may have surrounding the topic of study in order to develop a sense of purpose for the driving question.
Hi, I'm Miss Williams, and I am a first grade digital teacher here at Clark Creek this year, and I'm going to tell you all about the second gear in our engineering design loop, and that is the investigate gear. When working in our STEM journals, we have taught the students to represent this gear with a yellow dot. And when continuing with a unit, we prompt students to ask themselves, what information do I already have? What information do I still need? What already exists. We encourage students to become experts on the topic and make connections to the information they are investigating.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Bolzenius, and I'm going to tell you all about the third gear in our engineering design process, the Imagine gear. When working in our STEM journals, we have taught students to represent this gear with an orange dot. When continuing the unit, we prompt the students to propose solutions to the driving questions through the brainstorming process and collaborating with their peers. I'm Mrs. Mathis, and today I'm going to tell you all about the fourth gear in our engineering design process, the play gear. When working our STEM journals, we have taught students to represent this gear with a light green dot. When continuing the unit, we prompt the students to determine the best solution by evaluating all of the proposed solutions from the Imagine stage and selecting the best one or a combination of a few. This gear involves discussing what the solution would look like, what materials it will require, and/or making a drawing with the labels.
Hi, I'm Ms. Pelfrey, and I'm going to tell you about the fifth gear in our engineering design process. The fifth gear is the create gear. In our STEM journals, we tell the students to represent the create with a green dot, and this is an example of a create page that we have done in our journals. When continuing the unit, we prompt students to apply what they already know, collaborate with their peers, and follow the plan in order to resolve the problem.
Hi, I'm Ms. Krisman, and I'm going to tell you guys all about the sixth gear in our design process. I love this gear. It's the experiment gear. We've taught our kids to use, when they're using their STEM journals, they represent this gear with a light blue dot. When continuing the unit, we prompt the students to test their solution by analyzing observations and determine what worked and what didn't. Remember, engineers learn as much or more from failure than success.
Hi, I'm Miss Abernathy, and I'm going to tell you about the 7th gear in our EDP, our engineering design process, the improved gear. When we're working on our STEM journals, we have taught students to represent this gear with a dark blue dot. When continuing the unit, we prompt the students to make their solution better. In this gear, students will take what they learned from the EDP journey and figure out what went wrong and what they can do to make their solution better. We encourage the students to embrace their mistakes and reflect on their learning.
Hi, I'm Miss Bettis. I'm going to tell you the last gear in the EDP process is the present gear. We normally use, in our STEM journals, we put a purple dot to represent this. So when we complete the EDP process, we always end it with a culminating presentation. This is where the students share their projects, their work, or their prototype that they've been working on. They explain it, they submit it, they display it, and we finish the unit celebrating their hard work. This can happen in various ways. A lot of them are digital, where we use stuff like PowerPoint, we use Chatterpix, Flipgrid, sometimes even a tangible project that they can show to their friends.
Hi, boys and girls. Okay, so now it is time for the fun stuff. If you are a face-to-face student, you brought this bag home with you today. If you are a digital student, you picked up this bag from the cart earlier this week. So there's a few things inside this bag that I'm going to explain to you so you know exactly what you have to do. But basically, we have two different investigations or experiments. So inside the bag, you'll find two sets of directions. They look like this. One of them is investigating sound, and that's where you're going to use the black tray and the rubber bands, okay? The other paper is directions on an investigation for light, and that is where you get to use these awesome glasses. I want to put a little warning out there. Never look directly at the sun or into a bright light with or without these glasses. Okay, so when you're doing your experiment, make sure you're not looking directly into light. Let's talk about the sound experiment first. So what you're going to do is wrap these rubber bands around the black tray. I'll just do one, but you're going to wrap all three. And then and make music by plucking the rubber bands. Maybe you can play a song, right? There's some beats. And then you're going to make some observations, like did you hear different sounds? Or what part of that whole thing you put together, what part of that is vibrating to make the sound? And if you change positions of the rubber bands, you hear a different sound. Does that change the sound? So those are some of the things that you're going to think about or discuss with mom and dad when you make your sound experiment. For the light experiment, you're going to wear your awesome glasses. Hey! And you're going to look at, I need my real ones, let's be real. You're going to look at different types of light. So maybe the light coming from mommy or daddy's phone, or the light coming from a flashlight, or maybe you have a lamp in your house that gives off a red light or a blue light. So you want to try and find around your house different color lights. And you want to see if this changes any of the colors in the Roy G. Biv, in the rainbow. All right? And again, you never want to look directly at the sun or directly at a bright light. So make sure you're a good distance away from the light that you choose to look at. All right, have so much fun. Happy STEM Day.